You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from inside of a ramshackle hovel festooned with candy wrappers and pop culture bric-a-brac. It is the home of the highly elusive North American podcaster. I'm your host, David Attenborough. Join me as we take a closer look at this inquisitive but highly didactic creature here on the Wicked Theory Podcast. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. The mics are hot, kids. I think the mics are hot.
Yeah, sounds like
They feel hot.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a hot new system in here, kids.
Yeah. Burning.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Hear me now.
I got people. This is Jay.
I'm so glad you said David Attenborough because you've been saying Richard Attenborough for the last fucking year. I also want to say that there's going to be a really lousy John Goodman quote following what I'm going to say.
Right.
So everybody just fuck it. Go ahead, Ed.
Fair enough. Ed.
I've got an alien.
I like that one. Hey, everybody, it's me.
That's Bob on guitar. Woo. Yeah, so here you go. So, kids in the chat room, let us know. We're definitely coming at you with some new equipment this week, a little bit. A little bit well adjusted on the board. I think I read a manual. I might have done it right finally.
We learned our lesson from hand-me-downs.
Well, I think it's a thing where it's like, hey, here's a new device. Why not figure something out for once?
It's a new toy. Just say it's a new toy.
It's a new toy. It's a new toy. You know.
You're an adult. This is your new toy.
All right, shut up, Bob.
All right, that's enough of that. So I might have been a little loud on that one. Sorry, kids.
Grant sold you some stupid shit.
No, hey, look, you.
It worked for him.
Don't nobody need to bring anything up.
It
Nobody
worked.
sold me any stupid shit.
Lemons?
It worked fine
nobody's-
for him. It just didn't work out for us, and that's fine.
Hey, no one needs to bring anything up, but Jay really wants to.
I guess. Well, there was no like pre-show like, hey, like don't, So, no, it just didn't work out, But he has
It's all right.
sent us.
Sold some other sucker on eBay. No.
Well, we've got plenty of other equipment in the thing that he sent. So
Okay.
there's plenty to make up for it. I'll tell you that.
Did you send him back a requisition, with a,
No.
with a note on the box to make sure that he opens it, and not one of his kids?
No. I've never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Never.
Ignore the ticking.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. That's just Jay judging me.
No. See, like, I wasn't thinking Unabomber. I was just thinking, like a turd or,
Ooh,
some stale fish.
But by the time it got there, it'd be dry. It wouldn't be worth nothing.
You guys are terrible, terrible people. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I'm just like hoping the smell would build up.
How about a compromise? Be a poo bomb.
And that's me judging you this time. So I don't know if this is episode 154 or 155.
It's actually 153. I did notice in the feed we went for unless if you count the Super Fight 2 as 152.
Nope. I decided that from now, at a certain point, it became too confusing. If episodes are episodes of the Wicked Theory Podcast, they are numbered. Other things are just special episodes.
So we skipped 152 and just released 153. So I'm going to leave you to figure out how to resolve it.
There's no 152? It goes 151, 153?
It goes 151 Super Fight 2, 153.
Right. So this is
Yeah.
154.
Okay.
Right. Okay, good.
All right.
I don't know what the confusion was.
I think that was another
Episodes are
Taco
numbered.
episode.
Yes.
As they are. The actual amount of episodes in the feed is a different animal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's not even get into that.
Yeah.
Because we're well over a million episodes. We just pour content out.
Okay.
Speaking of, this show is going to have some news, some reviews, a little chat room game. Ed, since I didn't put it in, why don't you work on a chat room game? Don't tell me anything about it.
Okay.
We'll get to it, guys.
Yeah.
While we're doing that, guys, why don't you work on your emails for later?
There you go. Good segue, Bob. Email us at podcast@wickedtheory.com. We also have a Facebook page if people like Facebook still. I don't know that people are in contention with that these days. There's a little group. People get together sometimes. I put up a caption picture and people can play along and have fun with that. While Ed is working on making up a chat room game, I will tell you that the DC TV Report has an episode for you every single week where Ed and Sarah Netzley, freelance writer for Entertainment Weekly, EW.com, get together and they recap all of the DC TV shows that have aired that week. Sometimes even bat-related stuff.
The Legends of Tomorrow had its finale.
That's right.
With a big, huge thing that please tell me you saw.
I did not get to it. And I really feel bad about it because I wrote a Post-it note after you told me I needed to see the last 20 minutes at least. And still didn't help. I still didn't somehow. Not because it's Legends, just because I'm a dick. And I stared at it. I moved it out of the way. I had 3 other things on it. I was like, oh yeah, this is blocking my screen. Because I probably did that on purpose. But right now, I'm just gonna move it.
Earlier you did that on purpose to remind yourself to watch it, but now you're at that moment you're like, yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna leave it right here, so I gotta do it.
Right.
Like one of those maneuvers.
Right.
Like if it's right here, I'll be like, oh, I'll do this first.
And you were like, I'm still not interested.
Yeah, I think there's something on YouTube.
So okay, with a very annoying assist from Palmer as we're trying to type over each other.
Fair enough. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
I'm almost done with the official business stuff.
Oh, sorry.
So I remind people Friday nights I'm goofing around on the Mixler Friday night mic test. Come check it out. Ed called me, interrupted the whole damn thing. You could hear that. I mean, I put it up on the show reel on Mixler.
I actually heard that from the other room.
And you can don't even.
Okay.
We'll just let people. There's a reason for them to tune into it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also another little clip on there. It's about 20 minutes long. It's called A Visit to the Doctor's Office.
Oh, no.
And that was me testing out the stuff on the board. And I found
was that when you were having that oral seizure that I heard?
Probably. Basically, I had found like a YouTube video of 10 hours of Office music. So there was a scene unfolded, and we'll just leave it at that.
Wow. See, an oral seizure. That's an interesting way to describe it.
He was in another room. He was in another room.
Yeah, I was just listening, so it was oral with an A.
Let me tell you something.
It works on multiple ways, though, because he's speaking oral, so that's oral, and then...
Because I was going to say, if you had an oral seizure, O-R-A-L, that actually might be pleasurable for other people.
If they're around.
Yes.
You mean in a when Harry Met Sally kind of way?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Anyway, I think I was trying. How about this? I'll just move along. So that's at 9 p.m. on Fridays, kids, Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. Come in. Hang out. I gave a whole show last night for Benny Livewire.
Wow.
And he was like hanging out in the theater waiting for the movie to start. And when he was gone, I was done.
Now,
so it was only 45 minutes.
Now, is that content? Can we throw that on Patreon or something, or is
it's on the Mixler account. It's on the show reel. There's a show reel on Mixler. It's got a bunch of standalone stuff that's not on the regular podcast feed. It's usually not on Patreon.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where it's like if I'm goofing around, doesn't really have a place. I'll leave it right where it is.
Wow. So we're all over the place.
We're all over the place.
Wow.
I just want people to get samples, be able to get flavors and tastes.
So we could drive a Wicked Theory completist. Absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Wesley, he was like, "Oh shit, oh yeah, that's right. You do have stuff on the show reel." And then he went through it and was like, "Oh, this stuff in here I didn't realize was here. Stuff I don't think I've heard. Great." Like I couldn't really read. I couldn't really read whether or not he was happy or not. But I think the OCD kicked in and he was like, "Great, another 20 things I have to hear now." But people can go check that out.
Hey man, based on something I'm working on right now, I sympathize.
Fair enough.
Sometimes OCD is what gets us through with our fan base.
I'll tell you,
I mean, it's what keeps them coming back for more.
Hey, if everybody could get a little bit more addicted, I'd be fine with that. So also, speaking of people who want to dig around in the archive, not for nothing, folks, but we did that Pop Culture Super Fight Deathmatch a couple of episodes back. It's a standalone. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out if you're looking for something to goof around about. And then let's see what became of this chat room game.
All right, so we've got Marvel a Folk Song.
Oh boy. Okay.
Suggestions
You
include.
should have had him run it by you first.
Well, I never know. Let's see.
I'm kidding, Ed.
Suggestions include Mr. Iron Tambourine Man.
Well, that's pretty good.
And Captain America the Beautiful.
America. All right. Okay. Very good. No, well, look, hey, I think it's actually a really good setup because not for nothing, I've done worse.
It sets up the It sets up the game well.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
For that. So let's do some news. Fuck it. How about news? News. Okay.
All right.
At the time will be news time. Ed,
So who do you want to go first?
who you want to go first? The English major. Let's, you know what? I'll just kind of bang this out because there's not a lot in it.
Okay.
But just that, you know, I don't chase casting news too much, but I'm a big Stephen King fan, so I was like, hey, Bill Hader and James McAvoy
Oh, I read this.
are probably going to be in It 2.
The sequel, yeah.
Even more of it, I believe, is a subtitle.
It's chapter 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wanted like something punny. Like more of it. Oh, it's here again.
If I made it, it would be called Fuck It.
That's the porn parody, I think.
Okay. Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
disgusting.
someone in L.A. is now going to make that. You
I
realize
think
that.
they were already.
You credit us.
Listen, at this point, I think there's probably already is an It porn parody. I just have to say that there is.
But not the fuck it.
No.
porn.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's disgusting.
Is this your first day here?
That's just wrong.
Oh no, they don't. No. They get adults. No, they get adults. They get no, it's adults.
I don't give a shit.
No. It's fuck it. It's about fucking it.
That's still kind of gross.
So Pennywise gets fucked.
Right. Everyone comes back when they're adults, and they fuck them.
To death.
There you go.
That's how they drive him away. He's like,
They sodomize them until he's like, no more, goddammit.
I can't take it with you kids.
No, they give him the prison treatment. They
Just
bust
have
his
him-
teeth, sodomize him a few times.
Just have him cry
Toss the
like Harvey
salad.
Keitel. Like Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant.
I don't like it.
Maybe make him squeal like a pig.
That's
like
part
in
3.
Deliverance.
That's part 3. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
All right. Well, you don't have to. It's really not. You're not the demo, really. I don't think for that. Just so you know. Anyway, Bill Hader, James McAvoy, probably gonna be in it, and Jackie, Jermaine Chastain, Jasmine.
Jessica Chastain.
There you go, Jessica.
You do.
Josie. Josie.
Is she your girlfriend, Ed?
Josie and
you
the
got very
Chastains?
upset.
Is
I'm
she
just saying.
official or did?
Yeah, I think she's official. The other two are like hot rumors.
Yeah, it was early on because that director worked with her before.
Right.
And they were friends.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, right. There was a connection.
Any idea what parts Hader and McAvoy will be playing?
Oh, you want to be like to pull up the
I
article?
think Hader is going to play Richie.
Yeah.
I believe that's the case.
Okay.
And the other
and
one is the
McAvoy
other
is going to
one.
be Bill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know for sure.
Yeah. Well, I read the article too.
Fair enough. That's good. That's good.
Shut up.
Yeah. That's correct. Okay, so
Told you.
Told you. I don't know. I didn't read it. All right.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good with those guys in there.
Good start so far. Three
absolutely.
solid actors.
Yeah, it means it's going to be a serious horror
Yeah, Bill
movie.
is Richie, and the other one is the other one.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And Bill is McAvoy.
No. Bill Hader as
McAvoy is
Bill.
Bill.
And Bill Hader.
The
is
starter of Bill, the character.
Bill, right? As
Bill Hader is
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah.
McAvoy is the character Bill.
Right.
Right. Because you were getting...
No, I said Bill Hader is playing Richie, and then the other guy's playing the other guy.
Right. You caught it too, right?
Did I slip it up once?
Just
Yes.
move on. Just move on.
Yeah.
Fair.
Just
Fair.
move
Fair
on.
enough.
Good.
I was trying to.
Okay.
Just move on.
I understood what you meant.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody?
Maybe just me.
It turns out I'm not strong enough to crush this coffee mug.
I might be. Let
I'm
me try.
trying.
You just shoved. For those who don't know, Bill just shoved his nose straight into
My
his
face.
mug.
I was trying to get my face.
Trying to make it fit into his coffee mug.
But it was hurting my skull.
Yeah, that might happen.
It probably is. All right. So then the other thing I got in here is that I don't know. Nobody probably reads it, but it'll be one of those shows that probably everybody will talk about. Warren Ellis's book, comic book called Injection, has just gotten optioned. It's early in the project to get crazy about it, but I'm psyched because I'm a big Warren Ellis fan. But it's definitely, not gonna lie, it's one of these kind of guys where it's like, they're making a show out of this? It's up to issue 12. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I read the synopsis for the show, and now the book makes sense to me. Let's put it like that.
Although I will say Warren Ellis is one of those guys. You see, I'm surprised his stuff isn't adapted more often. The only thing I think that's they made a movie out of Red.
Yeah, but that's like a thing where they kind of probably walked all over it. I didn't read or see the movie for that.
Yeah.
But you know, he had a book called Global Frequency, which went to pilot but didn't get picked up, and that pilot's out there, which has got like a great kind of like almost anthology kind of setup on it. This is something different. But anyway, this is about a think tank that's put together by the British government for the sole purpose of theorizing about the future of humanity. These 5 highly specialized individuals decide to take the process further, and actually they end up creating an artificial intelligence that's born from technology and shamanistic magic, and then they decide to release it into the world. Oh. So it's like they picked the wrong people to basically put into a think tank because they're like, you know, well, we must know what's best for everybody. Yeah. So I think the thing is, though, that the comic book like picks up like after this has all happened and the world's kind of shifted a little bit and changed because of it, and just drops you in the middle, but doesn't really explain a whole lot by handing you anything. Oh, okay. And it's one of those things where like he writes a little densely, or like you kind of just gotta read between and get inferences a lot. That's a lot of that, like, you know. So I don't know. I'm hoping that the show is a little bit more clear. That's all. But it should be really good. So I'm psyched. So that'll happen maybe someday.
All right.
Someday.
A man can dream.
Transmetropolitan. That's the Warren Ellis show we need right now.
No. If there's ever been a time to see a show get bastardized, like you hear me complain about Preacher, oh my God. Unless Transmet was on like Pornhub, I don't think they could do it right. Like if Pornhub wanted to do a show and be taken seriously, hey, Transmet, perfect. Start doing Transmet. Spider Jerusalem is not made for TV. That dude is not made for TV. No. You can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't. You can't do interspecies hybridization as like a. You could do it animated. Like you could get away with it animated because it's like the crazy shit that's like in Futurama.
Right.
Kind of like in a way, like, you know, it's all.
I find
it's a fucked up future world that in that book where it's like anything goes.
I find the whole take on journalism very prescient.
That's 90% of the book.
Yeah.
Is like the character ranting. Yeah. And then the other half of it is him like going to fuck some kind of weird, half human, like, you know, trans, mogrified, sex deviant.
Power suggestion. Power suggestion.
HBO. That's all. That's all I'll say about Transmetropolitan. Maybe not Pornhub, but HBO.
Get Grant Morrison to play Spider Jerusalem.
I think now that
maybe we'll Echo Home Theater. Bring that back.
Maybe. I think the thing to keep an eye out though, out of all of this, is probably when Pornhub starts making TV shows. I'm just saying. If Amazon's doing it, it's only a matter of time. Original content from Pornhub. Yeah. All right, and I see you have something in there.
Yes, I do.
What you got?
So start with sad news.
Okay. That's always a great way to start.
Well, I'll start with the sad and then go to the fun.
Oh, okay.
So famed director Milos Forman has passed away recently.
Okay. Not everybody may be familiar with the name Milos Forman.
Oscar-winning director for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh. Amadeus.
Okay.
Also worked on People vs. Larry Flint, Man on the Moon. Really.
Ragtime.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Ragtime.
If you're gonna go do it all. Because I don't like the fact that you leave shit out. Keep going.
All right. I was about to move on.
We tell Ed not to go for it all sometimes because the list is too long.
Because his resume isn't that big.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, that's what I had heard too. Like he may not have had the longest list of stuff, but like movie for movie,
it's all good.
Yeah.
He took a lot of time between
projects,
films at one point.
Yeah, he starred in the '60s in documentary film, then Black Peter, Loves of a Blonde, Fireman's Ball, Taking Off, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Hair. He did the
long, beautiful hair.
Yes.
Long, flowing, ever growing. Something like that.
Ragtime, Amadeus, Valmont, The People vs. Larry Flint, Man on the Moon, Goya's Ghost, and A Walk Worthwhile was his last film in 2000.
I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah.
But there's like 6-7 years between them.
Yeah. He has long gaps in his resume, but
When he becomes a little on the broke side, he starts working again.
Fair enough.
some people work like that. But a true artist. If anyone saw the documentary Jim and Andy,
Right.
On Netflix about Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman,
Right,
Milos
right.
Forman was the director of that film. And you feel really bad for
Yeah,
Forman
Milos
at the
is
end of
like, well, I don't know.
that.
I give it to him though for putting up with it.
No, yeah. I mean, what do you do? You know what I mean? We got fucking Jim Carrey going way too deep.
Not only that, because he was also a heavy hitter of a director too.
No, yeah.
You know what
But
I
I think
mean?
that's the thing that why it's the bigger man type
Yeah,
thing. That's
right.
it's the thing you gotta do to say, okay, Jim. You know, unless the studio steps in, I gotta work with you.
Yeah. But he was 86, and he will be missed.
All right.
All right. And next one is kind of a fun one. Anyone here seen the documentary?
No.
The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I
Oh,
saw
I
it.
was reading this today, and I meant to put it in there, but I was blanking out on his name, and I couldn't find the article again.
Yeah.
Billy Mitchell, right?
Bill Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Billy Mitchell.
This is some serious news.
Yeah. So, Twin Galaxies, which is the organization that oversees all of the high score records for the classic video games.
The old school arcade
Yes.
Right.
console.
Has
And they're recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the
Yes.
official keepers of this. So when there's something that comes up,
They're the authority.
they're the authority
Right.
on it.
Yes.
So they're serious.
Yeah.
This is serious stuff.
they've uncovered. They believe that Billy Mitchell cheated to gain his high scores in Donkey Kong,
Oh shit.
and have stripped him of the title and banned him. Stripped him of all of his records and banned him for submitting future scores in competition.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
so
Good.
that's it. He's done.
Yes.
Dunskies.
Yes. So evidently now he's going to have to rely on his business, which at the time of that documentary was the third best hot sauce company in Florida.
Right.
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 So,
Which actually isn't that bad because you got lots of Spanish food in Florida.
You would think, actually, when you mentioned it, yeah, Florida, it's a hot
know,
market.
especially
hot
down
market.
Yeah. Orlando, Miami.
yeah. So now officially Steve Wiebe is the record holder and the first person to break 1 million points.
Right. That's the
on
guy who actually
Donkey
lost
Kong.
him in the video King of Kong.
In the documentary, yeah.
In the documentary.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing that they found out the way he did it, because what was funny is like in the documentary, Steve Wiebe goes to an arcade and gets the high score, and it's like 900,000, like high up there, and then at that exact moment, someone says, pulls out a VHS tape and says, Billy Mitchell sent me to show this,
Yeah.
and it's a video of him getting over 1 million points,
Right.
and gives him the record.
Right.
Yeah, but there's just something else with that.
Yeah.
It's the
Yes.
fact that there was a bad tape edit
Yes.
at the high score.
Oh, it's a little
Right.
warped.
Well, there's bad tape edit, plus they believe he used an emulator
Yeah.
to play the game,
Fair enough.
not playing on the arcade game. And
Right.
that's the only scores that matter are the ones on the arcade game.
Right.
They can't
Sure.
figure out which emulator without going through it and playing the game on an emulator and then and comparing
Right.
it. But they're definitely certain that an emulator was used because the certain cutscenes happen with an emulator. They happen in a certain way that
Okay.
they don't happen in the arcade game. So like the cuts, the way they happen in from one to the other,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
from next one scene to the next.
Yeah, so basically he didn't use an OG arcade game.
Yeah.
And he's out and disgraced.
Okay, I mean, like, it was his smallest claim to fame ever, but now it's just like, well.
Hey man, if you watch that doc,
Oh, I think I did. I think
yeah.
I did.
It's-
It's definitely one
Yeah,
of those
I've
docs
seen
where,
it.
like, it's amazing that it almost just for the fact of how worked up everybody's getting about
yeah.
this particular record. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's a bone of contention for a couple of people, but
yeah. And I mean,
I'm
he is,
surprised that it took this long, though. Because that doc was a handful of years ago now, right?
well, yeah. Evidently, this has been going on.
Oh, there's been some back and forth for a while
Right.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And now
someone else came forward who had nothing to do with
Either camp.
who made this claim.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and their evidence, and they just showed their evidence, and then they had to go back and they had to review it themselves.
yeah. So it's I mean, the thing is, if you watch that doc, he is such a great villain. You think it's scripted.
No, yeah. There's like a lore of that doc. There's a certain amount of because his pomposity and all that shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. That's the one takeaway I definitely had after watching King of Kong was that I agree. This guy's definitely a douchebag. He probably if we have no proof that he fucking cheated, but we all know.
Well, there's one way to make sure that this never happens is to make sure that these scores are done at the time that Twin Galaxies is there watching.
Right. That's
You know what I mean?
all. There has to be a real official person.
Right. That's all.
In
They
there.
can't accept videotape evidence or any other recorded evidence.
Yeah,
Especially these days. I mean, you talk about digital stuff. Anybody can do anything they want with it.
Oh my God! You could just deep fake the whole.
Yeah, really. You could be beating the game with 2 million points with MC Hammer as your playable character.
You know what I mean? On a Qbert board.
Of course.
You know? All right. So what else you got there, Champy?
That's it.
That's it.
Those are my two.
Those are your two things.
Those are my two things.
Those are my two things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my two things. Do. Chat room.
Chat room
game.
Game
Is it
time.
people still playing? Because we'll just roll right into meanwhile.
Just want to say one thing.
Yeah, what do you got there,
One
Champ?
thing.
Yeah, what do you got there? Still under the news?
New
banner?
solo trailer dropped this week.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's news.
yeah.
That's
and,
news.
I saw it.
and it was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it was the long one, right? It was like 2
Yeah,
minutes.
it really
Yeah.
looks fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not 100% on this guy based on his looks as Han Solo.
I wasn't either.
But
The personality
is kind of
kinda-
the same. He's kind of channeling that. But it's an easy character to channel. It's kind of a stereotype, you know.
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
a little bit swagger.
Swagger, cocky, gunslinger, a little bit of all that, you know.
There was an actor that played a young Harrison Ford in another movie. I think it was called The Age of Adeline with the girl from The Town. What the heck? Blake Lively.
Okay.
And
That kid nailed it.
he is Harrison Ford young. It's almost like, why didn't you just
Get that
sign
guy.
him?
Yeah.
Because he is fucking Harrison Ford.
Well,
The
maybe
guy's
they
in-
tried when
I think the
studio
guy.
might have shut it down.
No, he didn't, because on his Facebook page he's like, "I'm here, I'm ready."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His name is Anthony Ingruber, and he is a young Harrison Ford.
All right. All right.
But so I was kind of questioning this guy, Alden Ehrenreich,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
And then I saw this trailer, and it really looks fucking good.
It looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Man. It looks like it should be a lot of fun.
I think it looks.
It's got
really
a nice kind of like.
They put it in the right hands to patch it up.
Yes, they did.
Yep.
At least from the trailers anyway, it feels like it's got a kind of like, it's got a tone. It might just be in the trailer because of the music in the trailer and stuff, but it feels like it's got a tone, a kind of thing going on that like I really haven't felt really anywhere else. Where it's like it's got some mood, it's got a little bit of darkness, kind of like visually and stuff like that, but it's got, and the jokiness isn't like
It's
hard
yeah.
punchline jokiness, like sometimes like the Marvel stuff can
No,
be.
it's
Like,
Han
you're not
Solo
getting Deadpool.
jokiness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Han Solo's,
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
not like super elaborate punchline-y shit. Like, like Spider-Man repertoire or something like this. Or real banter. It's just kind of like reactionary, or it's like short lines like, yeah, kid. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a cool ride. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
Star Wars. So let's do some Ewoks? Is that what we're doing?
Well, chat game's ready.
Chat game's ready? It's hot? It's hot and fresh?
It's hot. All right.
Order up.
So
Order up.
It did sound like you said, "Let's do some Ewoks."
yeah.
Let's do some Ewoks. I got the cute one.
The hashtag was Marvel a folk song.
Alrighty.
Yub dub. Yub dub.
Here we
Yep,
go.
dub.
So we got home on the
Oh, yeah. There's the Ewok thing.
home on the helicarrier.
Nice.
If I had a Mjolnir,
You'd Mjolnir all day long?
yes, like a rolling shield. Homeward bound to Wakanda.
Okay.
This agent is your agent.
Okay. It's a little bit of a mouthful. I'm singing it in my head right now, but it's good.
Where have all the Infinity Stones gone?
That's good. That's good. I'll give that a bell.
The night they drove old Thanos down.
Oh, that's good.
Virgil Kane was a man.
Mrs. Robinson's Civil War.
Okay. All right.
The Gauntlet be unbroken.
Can the Gauntlet be unbroken?
Oh, can the Gauntlet be unbroken?
I'm not sure of the song.
There was a Hulk and he was mad.
Okay.
Sounds of Groot.
Oh, the sounds of sounds.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Hulk over troubled water.
I like it. now I see. I just saw Paul Simon, and like when they cut the Garfunkel, it's Hulk sitting there with the microphones like real tiny in his hand. Like Hulk
Like a chicken leg.
over troubled water. All right, go on.
Leaving on an Ultron.
Nice. On his back.
This Hulk is your Hulk.
Okay. He might have said that one time in a comic.
Yeah,
This Hulk is your Hulk.
You could have fun with that song, because you could go the whole Gray Hulk, the Green Hulk.
right. So many.
And the band played Waltzing Natalia.
Okay. I'm
It's Waltzing Matilda. It's an Australian song.
Okay. I probably have heard it.
It's like the Australian national anthem almost.
Oh, it's like that big for them. Okay. Is it by ABBA?
Jolly Swagger and Billabongs
Crikey.
and Koodabar trees.
All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Vegemite.
Oh, just what you think you're doing there, mate?
That's men at work. same guy.
Dingo ate your baby.
Down,
Don't go getting your didgeridoo and the buggery, mate.
Dingo ate my baby. Well, what the fuck do you leave the baby out for? With dingoes around.
hey, don't make
I
fun.
told you it wasn't the bloody dingo, it was the koala.
He probably
Don't
was.
make fun of that, man. That was a real story. That happened.
I know. That's true. That's true.
Come a
All right.
waltzing Matilda with me.
Down by the War Machine.
Okay. Down by the river.
House of the Rising Sokovia.
Nice.
And finally, Loki in the Morning.
All right. Giving everybody a little bit of love.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I was waiting for the Galactus in the sky.
Like the wheels in the sky?
Spirit, no, the spirit in the sky.
Oh, okay. Spirit in the sky. Galactus in the sky.
Or Loki
Sure.
in the sky with diamonds.
Oh, there you go. There you
go.
go. There you go. Loki in the sky with Odin.
Yeah, he'd like that one.
Um,
I meant yours, Jay, not his. It just was the timing.
you kids.
You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Billabong.
It's starting to become familiar to me now, but I'm not going
See,
to look it up.
Billabong means something different to me.
Yeah, it's like
I see you smoking a
a
bong.
bomb, probably. Right.
Yeah.
And all I see is like a crappy lounge surfwear company or probably whatever from the 90s.
Jumbuck in your tucker bag. That's a
Right.
line from that song.
All right. Listen, all I know is the Aborigine are not happy with you right now.
No, of
After
course not.
All this crap.
Oh, they could give a fuck. That's a white people song.
Crikey.
Meanwhile,
Paul Hogan says hello.
yes.
Okay, so let's do the meanwhiles.
Paul Hogan's awesome.
Well, volume. How about a volume knob?
Yeah.
It's a whole new kind of system. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like the old board.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's only going to work for so long, Bill.
Fair enough. That's true. Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, what's up?
So real quick, yo man, I told you guys like 3 weeks ago. Final Space on
yeah.
TBS. Okay. Yo, episode 6, bro.
Episode 6?
Episode 6.
Whoa. Got real?
Ooh. I'm like, yo, this is a cartoon? I shouldn't be feeling things right now.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, really? You did? What they're going to do? Oh, they did that.
Oh,
Man.
They got you, bro.
That got me, bro.
They got you,
A little
bro.
bit. Right in the old.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I was like, shit, there is a heart in there a little bit.
Yeah, verklempt.
Yeah. It's probably clogged, and it's got all kinds of nastiness growing on it, like mold and shit.
They
But
put their arm around you.
yeah,
And
they were like,
that's slug
they were
in.
like, isn't this great? I'm like,
Isn't-
yeah,
and
man.
then-
I was like, aren't we
and
having fun? I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, is this, you enjoying it? Like, yeah,
This
man.
is right when you
Like-
least expect it.
like,
Finger in the asshole.
oh no, that's not no.
No?
No, they just
No?
stabbed me with a hot knife in the side, which was I prefer
Oh, okay.
over the finger in the butthole. No, never. That's too much.
Well, that's what I
The
thought.
hot knife is fine.
That's what I thought your reaction was.
Either it's about the same. So anyway, Final Space, episode 6, kids. Beware. Get through the first couple episodes. I don't know how it's going to resonate with people. It's doing this thing where it's like, it's got some serious kind of stuff in the background, and it's a cartoon, it's comedy. So it's a little bit of a different kind of thing. But episode 6 will test you. And then speaking of testing you a little bit, me and Bob watched the first episode of Lost in
Yeah.
Space.
Ooh, okay.
The reboot.
It's very fresh.
The reboot on Netflix. Fresh.
Yeah.
Hot out the oven.
Like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Fresh.
What do we think, gentlemen?
I think it was good.
Really?
I mean, like, I think the thing is that I think when me and you sit together, we might pick apart TV shows harder than when we don't watch them together. Because like you'll point out things and then I'll point out things, and I wonder, like, I was sitting there afterwards wondering, like, if we would have seen all of that, like all of a sudden, like, we're picking apart all the science in a sci-fi show. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but a lot of it's really obvious. Like,
oh yeah.
when you got to go, you got 5 hours of life left, and you got 2 characters going up a mountain to get something, and then coming back. Okay?
Yeah. So it's a thing. Let me tell you. You know what this episode?
And there was like 2 hours left.
You know what I was?
Wait, the guy got back.
Here's the thing. The thing tries to do a lot in the first episode. It feels like a pilot of a regular TV show where, like, it's like we've got to sell you on everything and stuff drama in this up the butt.
Right.
Whereas with a Netflix show, you're used to them maybe not dumping so much up front. Let's put it like this: the 5 characters crash, and 3 of them are like off the board. So like, you know what I mean? Like, not off the board completely, but over. Like, they have the most trouble. But they have the most trouble through the whole thing. So it's up to, like, the other 2 in different kind of, like, you know, facets to kind of be the ones to save the day a little bit.
Okay.
But
And there's a lot of, like, really convoluted introduction of old school things, you know, that old school elements in new ways. Since you can't do them in the obvious ways, you got to do this really, really elaborate reveal with a lot of story involved. And it's just like, no, that's not going to work like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 people that are from alien planets do not know how to communicate in the first 5 minutes they're standing together.
let's put it like that.
You know,
like down the line.
I actually was feeling like after I walked away from that episode, Bill,
Right.
the first 5 minutes I was thinking to myself about it. It was like, okay, this really felt like an episode of Discovery.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Because there's so much squeezed into one episode, and it's just a little too much. And you're asking me, as a viewer, to push a little too much into that. I'm having a brain fart now.
The suspension of disbelief.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
And I'll give it to you on that. Where like I feel like it's gonna suffer from that thing where like wow, so much happened in that first episode. If like is the next episode gonna
And
be
if
like a
one-
movie too? Because
Right.
that felt like a movie where like everything that could go wrong will go wrong right now, and it does, and it does, and it does, and it does, and it's like okay. Like you want to ratchet up all this shit in the first episode, like thing after thing after thing.
Yeah.
And I was
what are you
like,
going to do for the next 13?
Right. So I was like, okay, maybe they wrote this in my head. I'm like, they might have written this pilot for regular broadcast TV, as opposed to like where, like they might have if they had gone straight to Netflix, written it a little bit more stretched out.
They wrote
pulled
a
little
2-hour
back.
pilot and edited it for an hour.
It feels like that a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
But
You know?
but production value is really high. It's got a pretty good
Yeah, it does.
cast. Even the kid actors are okay, and they're gonna get better.
All right. Now,
Yeah,
quick question.
sure.
The guy playing Major West, how does he stack up to Matt LeBlanc?
Well, I don't know. They're not side by side, so stacking up is that a height measurement thing? But I will say, no, this guy's better. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Matt
this-
LeBlanc. That's
yeah,
not
this
a
is-
serious question.
this guy's
That's not serious questions only, Ed. I caught you.
This guy comes across as being serious military.
Yeah, he's like Army background.
Career military.
Yeah.
You know, they've given everybody a scientific background, even the kids, basically, in this one.
And they say the things that you're asking about most as a fan of Lost in Space, the original, for like near the end of the episode. And I was intrigued enough to kind of want to see like 1 or 2 more to kind of get a feel.
Right.
I wasn't sold on like, oh, I know that I'm going to probably watch this to the end. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But I was definitely intrigued to kind of catch a couple more episodes and see where it goes by episode like 4.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I will say that. It's an open recommendation, I'll say from myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'd say they just kind of like overjammed the first episode maybe a little bit with action elements and this kind of thing.
Well, they're
But-
trying to pull you in.
well, that's the thing. Like they really are trying hard to pull you
Yeah,
in.
but a lot of the stuff that they talk about in the episode, they don't follow through on too. Like the whole cold thing.
Well, that's another thing too. Like Yeah, they kind of like lost me on that. Like they kind of like set up the little parameters of like, oh, we're on this planet, it's gonna get cold real quick.
Yes, the next 6 hours, the temperature's going to drop to 60 below. We're going to die. Everything's going to freeze solid,
Right.
and we're going to die.
And
And then that never really happens. You don't see their breath. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, and it rains. It's supposed to be getting colder and darker, and it's raining in a place that was just snowing earlier. So
unless I'm missing something
How is-
about atmospheric science,
Yeah.
about like, I don't know, like if it's colder than snow,
Yeah.
does it turn back to some form of rain?
Right. They
there
open the
ultra-
episode saying that it's going to take 6 hours for the temperature to drop and the sun to go down, and then they go off for 5 hours to save somewhat. Okay.
Right.
And they just make it so it's getting dark, and it's 1 hour until they should be dying, and now it's starting to rain.
Oh.
It's a lot. It's a thing where it's like
wait.
and every crazy little situation, every little crazy drama situation, is saved by another stretch of like believability. But
Right.
hey, look, it's the first episode of a really high sci-fi series, and it's just like establishing everything at once.
Yeah.
I'll give it a little bit of a lean.
I think as far as being critical, once they screwed up one big obvious one, I was looking for him.
Right. I'll give you that. Like
You know
once
what I mean?
Once it kind of pulled
Like
us out a little
that whole
bit,
time thing with going up the mountain to get the stuff they needed.
I'm like, yeah, like we're really.
No, that's an all day event.
And not only that, it was a
And
little bit of
you're
the
talking-
obvious, like, oh, well, if I sit here and do the math, then this all has to come together at about 6 hours with everything happening at once, right? Because it's going to take us forever to get there.
Right.
The storm's going to come. Okay, she's only got so much oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Conveniently, it's
Two
all
people
going to
are-
come to a head at the same time.
Basically, two people are basically dying
Right.
at the same time, and one's lost.
Right.
All right.
So it's
And
like that.
The youngest person is lost, and the two most important people probably
Yeah.
are the ones that are dying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're over pushing it now. But I will say that it's up now on Netflix.
All right.
Consider that.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, I'm going to give it the 3 rule.
you gonna give it to 3? Yes,
Yeah.
three's a fair thing.
Yeah, hopefully it gets better. But we just watched the one, and everything's fresh.
He's got his hands full.
All right.
I'll throw it to you, Ed.
So yeah, I've been on a documentary kick lately.
What happened? What?
So
You were hitting the pipe.
yeah,
Sorry.
so HBO's put out a doc this week about Andre the Giant.
Oh, I saw that. I watched that.
Okay.
Nice.
I saw previews for this. It
watched
looked
it.
really good.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's directed by Jason Here and executive produced by Bill Simmons, who's one of the co-creators of 30 for 30.
Bill Simmons.
Yes. And it's really tight, 90 minutes. And you know, I'm not I'm a casual wrestling fan. Don't watch it regularly. Didn't follow it a little bit as a kid, but Andre the Giant was much before my time. And watching this, it was just a really cool insight to a guy who is a walking myth.
Sure.
Mythical figure, and it was really interesting, really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
You got a complete view of him as a person, and the thing I think was really good about this doc is it built up the legend, but it did a good job staying grounded and not going too far into
The schmaltz.
the tall tales. They tried to stick to the facts, and actually I listened to Bill Simmons' podcast, and he had the director on this week, and they specifically talked about different things that were left out that people always talk about.
Oh, okay.
Like there's this whole thing that like the writer Sam Beckett used to drive him to school in a flatbed because he couldn't fit in a regular car.
Oh shit.
And that's a story that's gone around, but there's really not much
To it. Right.
Yeah, they couldn't find anyone to confirm that it was true. And the fact that they interview his whole family in this.
You would think, yeah, some of that,
Yeah.
yeah. They would know.
Yeah, but it's really engaging, and I highly recommend it. Check it out.
What were
Jay?
your thoughts about it, Jay?
From someone who actually watched wrestling at that time. You
Sure.
know what I mean,
yeah. I managed to catch some of it too.
well,
I was young, but I managed to catch some of Andre before.
Here's the thing, because the one thing I did like about the documentary is how they show you the transition of wrestling and then the WWE, how it
Right.
really just boom,
Sure, exploded.
just exploded.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon and what he did for that.
Right.
I remember watching it on like Channel 11 or whatever, Snuka and Giant.
Oh yeah.
But the phenomenon, must remember, you guys will definitely remember
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? The phenomenon, like you couldn't get away with it.
Yeah,
You
in
know,
the
wrestlers
80s.
were action figures
Yeah,
now. They
they had
were
their own
almost like superheroes.
Cartoon show on Saturday
You
mornings.
know what I mean? So it's very much a form of pop culture, even though it's a sporting thing. It's very much the thing, the Hulkamania and all of that. And they did a nice job touching in on all of that too. You know what I mean? Because you need to tell that story enough to show you.
Well, it's part of his career.
Yeah.
It's the high point, I would think.
And he was there for the transition.
Yeah.
I think I remember watching wrestling matches with him, and they would always, at some point, especially if the guy had no shirt, if they had no top, he was going topless. Because one of Andre's big moves was that big chest slap.
Right. Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So they would actually just like zoom in on the welt, on the red mark.
Right,
and it would take up like 90% of the guy's chest.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Because you're 7'5" and about 500 fucking pounds.
Yeah.
All right. Your hand is about, it's got to be like what, 15 inches?
Yeah.
18 inches long? I mean, it's gigantic.
What I did like is because I remember just when I first saw the side of him when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I actually stood about 2 feet away from him once because back in the day before it really blew up, they used to do wrestling matches at high schools, and it wasn't the local guys. It was the Ham and Eggers from the WWF,
Right.
and they would have one or two of the guys who may not have been like currently on the main roster, but they were still in the staple, and they were keeping them busy and keeping them working.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Andre actually was at Wagner High School. I paid $15.
My uncle was telling me this. He saw him fight at Wagner College. Yeah, it's same kind of
Yeah,
thing.
same kind of thing. I saw him at Wagner High School, and they were actually had him come in from the side that I had, and I was actually right on the aisle.
Nice.
And so he came out from the
Sure, tripped
dressing area, and I stuck out my hand, and he actually like wrapped my hand up, and it was like my arm wasn't even there.
Half your arm was gone.
You know, he just gave it a quick slap as he's walking
Right.
by, and it was like, wow. I was just looking at my hand like,
Where to go?
But the thing is because I remember WrestleMania 3. I remember that night watching that because that was an event. That was the event to watch.
Yeah.
And it's still a great watch. Like even like it's in my
You have it on the shelf.
DVD collection.
Yeah.
Like it's in my W's. Like
Right.
that's the only WrestleMania I have.
Okay.
Is when Hogan fought Andre the Giant
Giant,
because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was nice to see because I was 14 at the time, 15.
Sure.
So it's nice to see the behind the scenes of that
Right.
because Hogan is he's pretty deep on it
Yeah,
in the documentary.
yeah.
He's in it a lot.
He explains a lot.
I got you.
Yeah.
He covers a lot of that era.
Yeah.
I got you.
And so
a lot of their careers overlapped, so
Right.
he probably is one of the guys that would know him the best.
Yeah. Well, also like the big thing with that match is like they weren't sure if Andre was gonna follow the plan.
Right.
He was notorious for just doing what he
Well,
wanted
just
to.
watch it. It's
Okay.
really it's something you
That's
should.
part of
I
it.
think you would really
I
like.
got you. I got
Yeah.
you.
And they also tackle Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal are interviewed for The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
But there's things about that I didn't know.
Sure.
know what I mean?
It must be a great doctor. I would figure in general because I know HBO is pushing like crazy.
Yeah.
Like they really have an ad campaign behind it. So that's usually a sign
Yeah.
Of quality.
of quality from HBO in general.
9 times
Yeah.
out of 10, they do a great job.
Well, they do in general.
Yeah.
But I just mean like I was seeing it in places. I was like
Yeah.
I was surprised to see that they were pushing it that hard.
Yeah, that's not normal for a documentary.
Yeah, and I will say after watching this, I want a show on a streaming service that's just 13 episodes about
Andre the Giant.
no, just about all of the territories in wrestling and Vince McMahon taking them down one at a time.
Just
to
the-
form, because that seems like a whole other doc.
Well, I'm sure that's on YouTube. I'm sure there's probably a decent like fan made kind of like video about that in general. It's probably closest you're gonna get like a
Yeah.
fan doc kind of a thing. Because I was curious about that
Oh,
too.
no.
Like over the years, how much he's really kind of like slowly eating up
Yeah.
all the shit.
I don't mean a doc. I want a drama.
Oh, you want a
About-
series?
I want a series
Oh wow.
about a guy in the
Dude,
north.
I'm sure
Well-
they're going to put that on the WWE network any day now. that actually sounds perfect. Cause
Come on in, Ed.
about Vince
I got a
McMahon,
contract
who is
for
now-
you, Ed.
You're talking about Vince McMahon, who is getting too old to do anything related to like the day to day with that whole thing, and to fuel his ego a little more and give him a series.
Yeah.
basically
I got a
about himself.
contract. I just signed on the line.
Listen, he had a big idea and he went with it. And
Yeah,
look,
well, he grew up with it. His father was owned the wrestling company,
right,
and
bought him out. I think.
yeah, and he kind of had his own ideas about where to take it, and that his father, I guess, couldn't see, and he step by step he did it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we got Glow, so
There's always that
Yeah.
in the
it
trade.
was always that.
Yeah. So, all right, highly recommended. And then Uncle Jay's got one of these Arrow edition re-releases.
Oh yeah, my good friends at Arrow. We tagged those guys.
Yeah.
Because they just do. I can't recommend them enough. They really give you
Right.
a gaggle of like special features for every
Sure.
feature. But I finally I had it for a while and I haven't watched it. But Rollerball,
Rollerball.
the 1975
With
version.
LL Cool J?
No.
Nope,
We don't
nope.
discuss that at this table.
No, we pretend that didn't happen. We're going to pretend that didn't happen.
In fact, you know something that you brought up that remake. The fact that,
Scumbag.
No, the fact that John McTiernan, who did Die Hard and Predator and Hunt for Red October,
Right.
you would think that you would get
Something better.
something better than what it was. But then again, you also have Chris Klein and LL Cool J.
Well, it's so Hollywooded up.
The only thing I thought was a cool concept was the
Right.
fact that you added a woman to it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I think they
no,
got Rebecca Ramin to do to be like that. That's where it stops. It's an idea.
it's just
That's
not-
where it begins and ends.
Right. I'm not saying the execution of it. I'm just saying the idea of it.
The fact is this is 1975. You know what I mean? And Rollerball is basically in the future.
Sure.
There's a sport. It runs the fucking country. And Jonathan E., who's played by the great James Caan.
James Caan.
You fucking asshole. He says fucking asshole.
He's so gentle.
And he knows what I'm talking about.
right. I can see it. I don't know what movie it's from, but I can see it.
You're a fucking asshole. That's it. But he plays like the athlete. He's been doing this 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
And it was basically the whole politics behind it. It's such a really great story.
Right.
About how the man is bigger than the sport that's running the fucking country.
Sure.
And how they're changing the rules every game.
Yeah.
People getting killed and everything. That's why I
Okay.
think it's a really cool counterpart to the Running Man. Because I
Right.
liked the concept of the Running Man,
Yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah,
gladiator running for their life and everything. But Arrow did a nice job. They cleaned it up really good. It's definitely a product of its time. It's
Yeah.
the 70s.
Yeah.
But it's still unique looking in a sense where
Sure.
this was just like a barbaric sport.
Yeah.
And it's Norman Jewison too.
Yeah.
Who was a noted director at the time. So for him to come in and do this kind of
Yeah.
a genre thing, but it's well done. It's well written. It's a really good addition. The only thing, sadly, if there's people out there collecting, Arrow only put it out in the UK. So you need
Okay.
a region-free player like
Right,
Uncle
right,
Jay's
right.
got.
And that puts everything in British, right? Everyone's got a British accent.
It's
when
a
you play?
Mom made a lovely dinner. It's Saturday.
Okay. Take it easy, James.
It's a region
Con-
2, so it's a different format.
Yeah, region B.
I know.
We're A. They're B. NTSC versus PAL. PAL.
I'm gonna
As a
say
video
dilithium
technician
crystals.
for 26 years, it's important. You
No.
tell people that.
No, you gotta clarify.
Yeah, because there's people that get pissed over that.
Look,
Play this.
everything that can be liked has those people amongst those who like it.
Right.
Those who, hey, listen, if you're gonna talk about it right.
Listen, I paid $500 for a region-free Blu-ray player. It's like a top-of-the-line Cadillac of fucking Bluray players.
Did you have to
So
get it
that's
in an
why I
alley or from off
No,
a,
no,
off
I
a truck from a guy named Vin?
No, I somebody gave me a number in Texas, but he's a legitimate fucking source.
I love that. Did you have to get it off a truck? No. Somebody gave me a number. Not shady. Why do you insist?
I'm telling you, I'm following up the story saying that he was a
I know.
legitimate biz. They just put in like this little chassis inside the thing.
So it holds.
So
holds.
it basically, you don't need to buy like a region-free TV or anything like that. It just cracks the code
I got you.
right there. But now you can watch all these things because there's a lot of stuff that's not on
Oh, yeah.
American Blu-ray
Right.
format yet.
Yeah.
So it was definitely cool.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking at Norman Jewison's filmography. Do you know what the movie he directed right before Rollerball was?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof was 73. 75, between Fiddler and Rollerball was Jesus Christ Superstar. So
The man's a fucking genius.
I think in the there's a documentary on it. And I think he went for Rollerball first before he did that. But they could have been. You could have shot them both.
Yeah, who knows back then? Could have been a release issue thing. You know what I mean? The schedules and stuff like that.
Well, the thing was is that he was doing all these top-notch films in the heat of the night, and these big epic scale films, and then he does this genre piece that's quite odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just the juxtaposition. You go from Fiddler on the Roof, Jesus Christ Superstar, Rollerball. He follows that up with Fist and Justice for All.
Right. Fist isn't
The
actually
Metallica album?
No, the Al Pacino. I'm out of order.
I want justice for everybody, Arda. I don't even know if that's in there, but I'm going to
Papajenko, look what I got.
See? I know somebody.
See, I didn't mean that.
No, you kids are out of control.
Mom made a lovely dinner. It's Saturday. He's a big asshole.
The hands, folks. You're not, dear listener. You're not seeing Jay do the thing with the hands, which I feel like is not. It's a big piece of the James Caan thing you're doing.
Side note about James Caan.
Hit me
I
with
always
a line.
love.
Hit me with a line from Misery.
Huh?
Got any lines from Misery?
Oh.
Annie.
Anyone? Whatever you're doing, please don't do it.
Whatever you're thinking about doing.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking
Whatever
about
you're
doing.
thinking about doing,
Annie,
please don't do it.
I'm just a gentle little.
I was a slum kid. He's a big asshole. He says that
Yeah.
a few times, and his son is doing it too now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But I loved the Twitter when I posted because I have a media book of Alien Nation. But the movie's called Super Cop LA 1991, and you loved that. You're like, somebody needs to make that.
That was so great. I was like, that's the name. That's the name. That was so great. All right.
There's a guy with a pen up his ass.
That's not good.
His ash.
He's Ash.
You know the funny thing about Scott Conn? My dad
Pointed this out.
loves Hawaii Five-0.
Fair
The
enough.
thing I've noticed is that show goes on, his head gets a little bigger every episode, but he stays the same height.
Nobody gives a fuck. Or
I don't know if that's
shit.
an ego joke or not.
No.
Was that an ego thing?
No, it's just an observation.
Just an
I've noticed.
but it's physical
Yeah.
headspace.
I will say this, because Scott Conn and wrestling have been brought up on this show. Ready to Rumble is so much fun. It's hilarious. You want to see some good fucking Martin Landau?
Diamond upside down is a pussy.
Sal Baldini.
I'm going to take your word for it, gentlemen.
Nobody
I have
gives
to take your word for it.
A fuck or a shit.
Oliver Platt's really good in that.
Oh, he's great. Jimmy the King.
What movie is this?
Ready to Rumble.
Ready to backed by the WWF, I think.
No, it was
Or
WCW.
WCW, right.
Yes, it was right before the merger.
It's David Arquette and Scott Conn playing like wrestling geeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can
Right, that's right.
remember.
Big Papa Pump was in that one.
But Oliver Platt,
Bob
Joe
knows.
Pantoliano, and Martin Landau are in it, and they fucking just bring it, man.
Yeah.
Joey Pants?
Yeah.
I'll watch anything with Joey Pants.
It's fun. It's
Is
funny.
he wearing the hat?
Yeah,
Backwards?
he is. He's wearing a Kango hat in that, right?
I'm doing a little Joey Pants tonight.
It's funny. It's really a fun comedy.
If you say so.
Watch it. It's funny.
Okay, fine. I will. Not.
Just skip the Caroline Ray scenes. Just
Cash! Caroline Ray not working in that movie?
yeah, you could just
Yeah, it's Caroline Ray. Did it ever really work with Caroline Ray? I mean, I feel like the face I'm making. I'm making a Caroline Ray face.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But
That's she was ancillary. She was like extra. The cat was cooler than her.
Yeah.
I got you.
yeah.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch coming to Netflix.
Yeah. Well, she was just cool compared to the other ants. That's really
What was her name? Nobody knows.
No.
You could tell me the cat was Sam, right? Oh, whatever. Don't look it up.
Yeah, no, Nick Bakay, I know, voiced Salem the cat.
Right. He was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the thing I remember, Beth Broderick played Aunt Zelda. And the thing I remember most about that is watching the show with my cousin Pete, just randomly flipping channels.
It's a
with him
random
one time.
guys' night, you know. Me and Pete hanging out, having a six.
Well, here's the thing.
And Sabrina Teenage Witch comes on.
Yeah.
And well, I'm like, what do you think?
No, Pete
You
and
fuck
I-
him? Would you fuck him?
Oh, no.
Would you fuck him?
No, here's the thing. Pete and I are born a month apart from each other, and we're just flipping channels, and it comes on.
It's like
And it's
1988.
the two ants. And the one thing my cousin says to us, we're about 11 at the time, he goes, "I've seen her tits."
What are you imitating me over there?
I've seen her tits. Like, what are you talking about?
About which one? About who though?
About Zelda.
About Zelda.
The uncool aunt that's not
uncool
Caroline
aunt.
Ray.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, why would you want to? Congratulations.
No, I saw a movie on Showtime after dark with her in a bathtub. I've seen her tits. Like, okay. Like,
It is pretty momentous as a kid. Like you do happen to catch some boobs in a movie as a boy. You're like, oh my god.
of someone who's in other things where they don't show boobs.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
All of a sudden it's like, I know what her boobies look like, and it's like, no, it's not really that big a deal, kid.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Just take it easy. All right. I guess it's email time-ish.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. Why not?
We could jump over there, see what happens.
Yeah. I'm being really filthy tonight. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You came to the right place, it seems.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what came over you.
This is out of the ordinary for me.
You being so liberal.
Just start the emails.
In the land of emails, there are
Assholes.
no, not usually.
He's a big asshole.
These, that's James Conn, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot he was in the building.
I wear $150 slacks. I wear silk shirts.
No.
I wear a 3.2 carat ring.
I don't know who that is. That's not James Conn.
No,
That's his lines, maybe.
It sounds like the guy.
But it doesn't
just
sound
played.
like him anymore. It doesn't sound like him anymore.
Well, he can get like that. He can get. He can get shouting.
He screams and yells on a lot of things.
All those tests, everything, for what Francis figured out with over 4 corned beef sandwiches.
Francis.
4 corned beef sandwiches. That's it.
You touch my sister again, I kill you.
Touch my sister again, I'll kill you.
Touch my sister again, I kill you.
Well, don't fucking touch his sister then. All right, so we got some emails.
Fucking bites down on the knuckles.
Oh, it's great. It's so great.
Oh, anytime you got to bite down on your knuckles to keep from hitting somebody. Oh, that's a rage right there, kids. That's some rage. All right, here's a. It's taken us 150 something episodes, but we've got our first one of these. This is from Ben,
Okay.
the old Benny Livewire,
Hey.
who listened live to me for maybe 45 minutes last night.
Okay, and me randomly at some point, unbeknownst.
Yeah, and I don't. He was like, I don't know if it's really coming through because I put you on speakerphone.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold you to the mic.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really came through all the time. But
No. Well, I will say, I love how immediately after that you texted me that you were recording.
yeah, well, like,
As if like I didn't know.
well, it was kind of odd. Like I hang up with you, and then like I go back to like
Yeah.
getting into I'm just talking on the mic, trying to keep it
Yeah.
all afloat, and like you then text me first.
Well, what I
A moments later, like some other information.
No. I said what I really wanted to talk to you about. Like,
Right.
like you assumed that the conversation we had was why I was actually calling.
Well, for the most part, I figured it was done. Because you ended it with a thing where, like, I'll let you know or I'll follow up. What was it?
I'll take my answer off the air.
Right, which was a radio thing.
Yes.
So I didn't think I was going to hear from you. Because I thought that was the bit,
Yeah.
on 2 levels. You were telling me that, like, as a radio bit joke.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'll just talk to you tomorrow. Like, and then you text me to interrupt me, and then I have to stop and be like, what does this fuck want? And, like, basically, I think that's how I did it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm.
I presume Ben had fun. Because he stayed and continued to listen until his movie started.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. So he's got some email here.
Ooh.
He's got a scoop of email for us.
Okay.
All right. So he says, "Hi, Wicked Theory. I thought I would annoy you guys with a quick, fun game of Kiss, Marry, Kill, the Marvel Edition, which in some regions of the world is known as Fuck, Marry, Kill, or F, Marry, Kill."
Yes.
Or I forget. I've seen this kind of done on like Z100 where they'll call it something else. I guess it's called Kiss, Marry, Kill.
Boff, marry, kill.
Yeah, boff.
That's what I've
Boink.
heard.
We're gonna play Boink, Marry, Kill on
Yeah.
Z100.
Yeah, I've
Z Morning Zoo.
I've had some interactions with this game.
All right. Yeah, you guys played it to death.
Yeah.
On the old WCBJ.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
So
Against my will.
but these are per person. So Ed, since you're talking,
All right.
your options are Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and Captain Marvel. I'm gonna assume he means the Marvel Comics Captain Marvel, who is currently female.
I'm going to say kill Scarlet Witch because she's the one I'm most afraid of.
Okay.
Just that power set, and
And she's that crazy in her background.
yeah, susceptible to mind control.
Yeah.
All that. Just,
She's got crazy.
Unreliable powers.
yeah,
Sketchy.
You don't want to be dealing with
Yeah.
that.
Is she a mutant? Is she not? You know, it's that whole thing.
Yeah. I will kiss Black Widow. Just because once is enough. Just for the experience. It's fine. And
I'll say about that. I'll say my thoughts on that real quick. Good choice.
Yeah.
Because she's a spy.
Yeah.
She's going to keep secrets. But again, maybe not, because kissing a spy could be deadly if she's got that spy lipstick on.
Oh well.
But it's your choice. Continue.
And I will marry Captain Marvel.
Because her name's Captain Marvel, and you'll just pretend it's Shazam.
Sure, yeah, no. But I was gonna say, she's a fighter pilot, right?
Right.
So you've got a stable income there. Someone who's goal oriented.
I'm trying to get a high five from Jay, but he's got his head down, laughing.
Because I'm funny.
I think the things most people look for in a spouse, I think she fits the bill best.
Yeah. I would say I concur. I think that's safe. I'm gonna go to Uncle Jay, because this is the order he's got him in the email. Uncle Jay, yours are Jessica Jones,
Forget it.
Elektra, and Karen Page. I just noticed the pattern on that list. They're all troubled.
Which one is Karen Page?
Karen Page on
Remind me.
Daredevil. That's the
blonde.
The blonde. I forget who plays her on the show.
Yes.
But in the comics, she was troubled. She ended up having a heroin addiction and dying.
This is, and what's the options?
Jessica Jones.
No. What do I have to do?
So you gotta kiss one. You end up marrying one, and you gotta kill one. So who do you kill first?
This is easy.
All right.
I would make out with Karen Page.
Okay.
I would
Kill and marry. Kill and marry are your options.
kill and marry. No,
Yeah.
I know I'm going to marry Jessica Jones because that's a woman after my own heart.
I mean, come on.
I
Right?
mean, that's a woman right after my own heart.
I mean, you can wear her leather jacket.
Yeah, we
You know
can
what I mean?
exchange leather
I mean, it won't
jackets.
fit right, but you know that's love.
We can drink out of each other's, flasks.
Dog bowls. What?
She's my kind of woman.
Gotcha.
And what do I have to do? I have to fuck one of them?
No.
You gotta
Well,
kill.
Because it should be fuck, marry, kill. But for
Fuck, marry, kill.
yeah, it's F, marry, kill. So kiss, fuck. That's the thing.
All right, so
you fuck
I'm gonna,
Karen
all right,
Page.
no.
You fuck
Actually,
Karen-
I'm going to kill Karen Page,
Okay.
and I'm going to fuck Elektra,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
and I'm going to walk away with Jessica Jones, and that would be a fun night.
That would be fun. That's the rest of your life, my man.
Yeah.
You're gonna marry her
Oh fuck yeah! I would easily.
if she lets you marry her. You know, if she even like,
even
oh
better.
fuck, get the fuck out.
Let her
of here
smack
with
me
your
one.
fucking ring.
Let her
Beat the
smack
piss out
me
of
one.
you.
If you got on one knee in front of her,
Good.
She'd probably good. If you got on one knee in front of her, she'd knee you in the face.
I think
Get up,
James.
you jerk
I
off.
think James Caan would
Think she's an asshole.
fuck
Probably.
asshole.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a pen up his ass.
All right. So, Bob,
Yes.
you've got Mystique, Jean Grey, and Storm. You've got the gals from the X-Men, I guess.
Mystique, Jean Grey, and Storm.
Yeah.
All right, well, I just can't trust Mystique, even though she'd probably be the freakiest. I wouldn't trust her. I'd have to get rid of her.
Yeah.
All right. I think Storm is the one you marry.
Yeah, she's probably
know?
the most
And
stable.
Jean Grey she's definitely unstable.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
know. So
That's fair. That's very fair.
so but she's hot as fuck. So you fuck that and then you leave that.
There you go. I think that's fair. I no arguments on any of that. You know. So for me, I got Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane Watson, and Black Cat.
Spider-Man's leftovers.
I already got my picks. If I had to
Yeah,
do
let
it.
me.
I think Spider-Man's made this choice for you.
I think so. I think some of us here, right? Like, I don't even have to kill Gwen. I'm just, I don't even have to do that.
Yeah, Black Cat's his side piece, and he's he's staying.
I
with Mary Jane.
think the
in a
thing,
world where their destinies aren't complete.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I marry Gwen Stacy, that means I save her, right? Because she doesn't die.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking destiny.
But it's like, who knows?
Well, you could marry her, but that doesn't mean
she
that
doesn't die. And just because I don't kill her at Gwen
Yeah.
Stacy, she's got to die.
Yeah.
I got you. She's destined. So,
It's a fixed point in history.
yeah, I guess the safest bet, though, I guess overall, is just kill Gwen Stacy, get that out of the way, and then I guess you gotta just fuck Black Cat and marry Jane.
Ooh.
But I mean,
You're pulling the Peter Parker.
yeah, but which way do you go? I mean, if you marry Black Cat, she's always out all hours of the night. The two of you are constantly fucking on rooftops. You're gonna get caught. Don't get me wrong, it's hot. It's hot. You know what I mean?
Plus-
But I can get a taste of that.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
then be like, whew, I just dodged the crazy train. Like, hopped off the tracks at the last second.
Yep.
Ozzy was in the locomotive
Pulling on
engine car and,
horn.
like, fucking, I'm pulling on the choo-choo.
well, also, like, if you're married to Black Cat and you knock her up, how does that complicate things?
I'm not having a litter. That's a lot of kids, man.
Really? It's like 7 or 8 at once.
I mean, come on. That's not even, it's inhuman.
No, she's not inhuman. She's
Black
Oh,
Cat
right,
for
right,
me.
fair enough. Yeah, she doesn't, right.
Black
no,
Cat for me.
No powers. Right. Point set. Okay. So that's it. That's it from our young friend Ben. All
Thanks,
the way
Ben.
from halfway around the world.
all right.
Benny Livewire, thank
And,
you very much.
Thank you
Thank-
very much.
How you know he's halfway around the world? He could be in Newark. We wouldn't know.
He could have been lying.
If he is, I'll buy him a drink.
He did say he was in New Zealand, I think, previously. And then last night reminded me by saying halfway around the world. So I'm going to say New Zealand, I think he said originally.
Okay. Just know, if it is
Actually-
Australia, he's gonna be really pissed.
Oh, yeah. Don't mix those up.
No.
Kiwis don't like that. No. And neither do people from New Zealand.
By the way, Kiwi's not a derogatory term.
They're fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm a Kiwi.
They-
All right. I'm a little fruit. All right.
I'm a Kiwi.
I went too far. Too soon. He just came out the closet.
What's a Kiwi?
It's a little fruit.
It's an asshole.
It's an asshole. All right. Next one. Next email here. I would make you guess, but I don't have to.
Wesley.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen. This one's from West.
Hey guys, my email starts out, hey you gentlemen. The other day I had a great start to my day as Freebird started when I turned on my truck. And it lasted the whole way to work. So I wonder, what is the perfect song to start a day? And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Well, Bill, we know it's not of the alarm clock.
No.
Well, I would say for a very long time, until I got a new phone and couldn't figure out how to do it, the wake up song the song that I woke up to every morning was Richard Cheese's cover of "Rape Me."
But of course.
This one's for the ladies.
This one's for the ladies. Classy. I don't know, man. Perfect song to start a day. Jeez. I don't know.
Just makes you want to go out and tackle the world.
Highway to Hell?
I mean, if you're going to work,
Yeah.
if you're on the way to work, so
Back
mean-
in Black?
right.
Yeah, give you a good start to the day, right?
Right. Benny's from Australia. I just got the hot text.
Oh no. Oh,
Wait,
The
you
hot
got your
scoop.
number?
Yeah, I just got the hot scoop on my phone. Benny's from Australia.
oh no.
We probably offended him. Sorry, Benny. I'm very sorry.
Still love your email.
Still love the emails. Oh my God. Benny's our new Wesley. I hate to say.
Yeah.
I mean, not yet, but could be. Could be.
Why can't he just be Benny? Why can't?
But Benny.
Benny Down Under.
Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Benny Blanco. So, but back to the songs.
Clydesdale.
Don't start me up, Jay. please.
Kleinfeld. I don't think he wrote any songs, did he?
No. Kleinfeld and Bernstein. Perfect song to start the day.
The Sound of Silence?
A couple of years ago.
It's pretty good.
Oddly
Nice, gentle start. Sound of Silence.
Oddly enough, it is not "Oh What a Beautiful Morning" from the musical Oklahoma.
What about?
We know it's not "Rape Me" by Richard Cheese.
Oh,
No,
come on.
No, you got to start out with the Nirvana version. Just as soon as you wake up, fucking.
Rape me. No, man. But you need that bouncy jazz.
You need that
beat.
bouncy jazz.
No, you need him screaming the lyrics at the end of the song. Rape me.
Do it and do it again.
Christ.
Everybody.
I guess we found our intermission song. All right. But no, seriously, for me, I don't know. I don't. Shit. Something by. I'm just gonna make something up if I
Really?
answer right now.
You can't.
What about
What's a good song to wake up
The
to?
Joker?
From Steve Miller.
Yeah.
Some people call me the space cowboy.
Yeah. Some people call me the gangster of love.
Some
Ding
people
dong,
call
the
me
witch is dead.
Maurice. Wow.
'Cause I speak of the confidence of love.
We gotta stop.
It's still going in my head though.
Now I don't. What is that? The what of love? I don't even know what is that word.
The pompetence of love.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
That's not a
but
word.
It's not. It's actually the pompetus, like a TIC. The pompetus,
This is
or the pompetus.
This is the mumbling.
They
really
made a movie out of the name of it.
There was a
on
song
purpose.
called "In the Garden of Eden." It was supposed to be "In the Garden of Eden."
Yes.
Okay.
Good Times.
They just left it because he wasn't able to form those letters anymore.
Yeah. But 10 years ago, maybe blazing down the Garden State Parkway, Q1043 decided to play the full version of Agate de Vida, and it's so long that they have
It's like 16 minutes, I think, right?
It's like 17 minutes. They have to break in the middle and go. You're listening to an Agate de Vida on Q1043.
No, they did not.
They had to do it because you have to say your call signals like every 13
They
minutes.
don't have to. I think
No,
you're
it's
making that up.
FCC regulations.
But with Maria Melito.
Yes. No, it was Weekend, so it was
It
probably
was probably John Kerr.
Jonathan Clark.
Jonathan Clark.
No, Jim Kerr's the morning
Jim
guy.
Kerr's the morning guy. Jim Kerr in the morning. Mm-hmm. Jim Kerr in the morning. Maria Melito at 5.
The Jim Kerr's Rock and Roll Morning Show.
Let's get the lead out.
Yeah.
Well, what was the guy's name?
No, it's
Who's the guy that was there forever when it was 1027 and then died? He was the legend. He was like their cousin Brucey.
Scott. It's keeping
Scott.
Scott Fornatel.
Where's Scott Fornatel?
keeping Scott's promise to New York.
Right.
12 o'clock Beatles block.
God damn it! As if we've never heard them before.
Yeah. Who's the?
Was that them saying that that Benny's not offended?
Was that more of the
Scott Muni.
Scott Muni?
Muni.
That's
Scott
it.
Muni.
Scott Muni.
And the other guy was Pete Fornatel.
Pete Fornatel. That's right.
Carol Miller's the Get the Let Out
Right.
gal.
Carol Miller's guy.
Yes. Get the Let Out, Carol Miller.
I just know that I like to say Maria Melito. This
Yeah.
is one of those names. It's just it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
With Maria Melito.
The pre-podcast days.
Oh, remember Real Radio?
Yeah, when you had to listen to terrestrial radio.
But I'll say, what were you just playing?
I was playing Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll start my day with whoever that was.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, it's fucking Led Zeppelin. I'm tired of Led Zeppelin.
Could you just vamp that
For the rest of
for
the
the
day.
rest of the
Agent
evening?
Palmer
Just loop that and go?
Agent
Yeah.
Palmer put pompatus in the definition of pompatus.
He did. What does it say there, buddy?
It says it's a nonsense word coined by Steve Miller and most famously used in his 1973 hit, year I was born,
Congratulations.
The Joker. The word was inspired by a similar nonsense word, sometimes transliterated as puppetoots in the 1954 song The Letter.
By the medallions.
By the Medallions.
I don't think this is fair that we're letting rock stars make up words. Where do we go from here?
You're about 45 years too late for that, though.
What's the world coming to?
I don't know anymore.
Listen, have you read anything on the internet lately?
Oh well, yeah.
So we're done.
Couple
done.
two tree
It's
is a word.
over.
Nobody's fighting me on it.
Be thankful people still know how to speak.
No one really does.
No. Give it another 50 years, and people won't just be texting.
That's true. Just true. Just a little bit of time. Hold on a second, Bob. Bob, hold off.
Sorry. It's a reflex. I hear music.
Oh, I'm not sitting through this.
What the fuck you doing over there?
This is the song that's mentioned in the letter by the Medallions. And I'm not sitting.
You should just say
It's a
the
little
name
too
of-
slow.
Yeah.
I thought it was like She Wrote Me a Letter, like that song, Joe Cocker thing.
My baby,
I thought it was like
she wrote me a letter.
right. Got no ticket for an airplane. Ain't got time to take no fast train. Lonely days ago. I'm a going home. That bitch, she wrote me a letter.
She wrote me a letter.
Said she couldn't
Killing no more. Without me no more.
anyway. I'll get him back on that train again. I got the right fare. They let
Truthfully,
me in.
whenever I think of Joe Cocker, I think of his song "You Can Leave Your Hat On," where
yeah.
Kim Basinger does the striptease in 9.5 weeks.
I wonder why.
Ricky worked.
Yes.
Because it's forever embedded in my mind. That's just like really.
I can tell. No, I can tell.
You can leave your hat on.
That sounds more like Tom Waits is doing it right now.
You're innocent when you dream.
Every Tom Waits.
You're innocent when you dream.
Every Tom Waits song sounds like something the Grim Reaper has on repeat. Like just, I love this song.
The bats are in the belfry.
I'm
Memories are long and lean.
fucking Tom Waits.
Memories.
Yeah, you would think he would be playing Slayer, but no.
No. Why would he?
You might as well just do backup singing. But it's memory.
So we want to tease. We want to tease anything?
Like,
Anything in the after show? Anything?
nope. I got nothing planned.
No?
We had a thing. We put it to the back burner for a couple different reasons we don't need to get into.
Okay.
So we're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing an after show. There'll be something special in the after show next week.
Okay.
All right.
Anything going on? WickedTheory.com. Anything?
Anything new over there?
Yeah.
No. If anybody hasn't heard it, if you go to wickedtheory.com, off on the right side, there's that Game Over Man video. I put a little stationary. It sits there. It's the video that if you haven't heard it, Uncle Jay's got a little vocal cameo.
Yeah.
If you go check that out, you might hear somebody who sounds a little familiar. I'll just say we'll just say that.
Just say that.
We'll just say that.
And multiple voices.
That's right. That's right.
'Cause I'm cops and terrorists.
You have good guys and bad guys in that.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Very versatile.
And get killed by a chihuahua.
Well, I mean, look, you know, you can't call.
The chihuahua's name is Little Puma.
Hey, little boom.
Little Puma, no!
Is that how that
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, Little Puma, no!
Oh, that's fucking funny.
The bats are in the bell ring. All right, I don't know.
That's it? You've had enough? You're tapping out?
No.
All right. So, folks, with that, I think we really are going to tap out. I think we are at a point where we can say this is just about enough.
No, I'm good.
For the regular show. I think this is good.
I need another beer.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I might. I think I might crack one too. How's that sound?
Let's drink.
Does that sound all right with everybody?
That sounds perfect. It sounds like a time.
Let's drink. Drink. This town is so gray. Drink. Drink. No, nobody? No. Just Palmer? Palmer, probably the only one who knew that one. That one's for you, Agent Palmer. Enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wrap. Find us on the internet at a couple of different places. One of those places is Twitter. Where can people find you on Twitter, Uncle Jay?
Twitter?
Yeah.
Man of Steelbooks.
Not anymore.
Number one, right. It's at my Uncle Jay's thing.
You were just testing them, right?
Yeah.
I know. How about you, Ed?
I'm at Edward O'Hare, TBD.
TBD, Brother Bob.
I'm at Bob, WTPC.
Oh, I'm at Wicked Theory.
I'm at Uncle Jay's thing.
No, we want to know your at email thingy there, not what you do when you're alone.
My thing.
Hey, we offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it!
You blew it! That's my
love
De Niro. That's my De Niro. That's...
Listen to me, you deaf fuck.
Little bit.
This is Agent Palmer's probably texting me to wrap it up.
I gave you a chance.
He texts me now during the show. I'm not sure if he was like, I was singing along with you.
I give you a chance. We could have done something. I give you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it.
You blew it. I'm stalling a little bit.
Still, the best line in that whole scene is, "The cupcake makes a case. We got a case." The cupcake. No, what is it? That cupcake makes a mess. We got a case again.
What?
De Niro back in the day. You could never fucking top that.
That guy. He's a classy gent.
Was that like his last
Another
thing?
super short song.
Jackie Brown was
Whatever.
good, and I did like the first Analyze That.
No, I mean like analyze
Analyze
that.
this, right?
Analyze
Analyze
that was like the beginning of him
Well, that
becoming
was good, though.
becoming a caricature of himself.
That was good, though. Mm-hmm. No, Kaplan and Jackie Brown were like the... and Ronan.
Well, Ronan.
Ronan,
yes.
too.
Ronan.
Good work, guys. Thanks for vamping.
Thank you.
I'm all set up now.
When you dream...
Damn, Tom Waits.
That hurt.
Bob took his headphones right off. Probably blew out everybody in the chat room.
If I wasn't listening to Richard Cheese, I'm not going to listen to that.
I'm not just going to stand for this.
It's torture.
Torture. All right.
It's torture right there, yeah.
So as we said, you can find us at all those locations. Want to give a big, strong, big-time shout-out to everybody who supports us on Patreon.
Yes.
Regular faces and names like Wesley and Tom Jackson Jr. and
James Caan.
James Caan is a
Don't
big
forget
supporter.
Ben. Don't forget Ben.
Ben mentioned it, but I don't know if
And Tom Waits.
Tom Waits has got us on Patreon. Tom Waits is at the $3 level.
There we go.
He's a real helpful guy.
Well, he don't want a $30 mug.
No. Oddly enough, he does not. I am
Come
stalling.
on, show your love. Buy a
again,
$30 mug.
because I'm trying to find. Did I put a link in the wrap up? Yeah, Patreon shouts. I've got a link here, so I can go and actually name drop some people. Let's name drop a couple people.
All right.
Let's call them out. Let's call these fuckers out.
Who?
These fucking people.
What people?
Like people like fucking Don McIntyre, fucking Brother Dave,
Oh, hey.
fucking Clint Thiel, Wesley Ryan Gaskins, Tom Kirk, Brian Hughes.
Talk about the.
Actually, no.
Facebook.
Tom Kirk's actually his things didn't go through.
How about Rolo Tomasi?
We got Stephanie Muniz, Ed O'Hare.
Hey.
Hey, you're helping out.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey Poo Studios. That's Jay from 7 Days a Geek.
Yep.
We got Dom Torrey helping out. We got Heno helping out. and Agent Palmer helping out. We want to thank all of you guys for supporting the show, helping us out on Patreon. I'm really trying to catch up on those after shows. I made a big dent, so I don't know if anybody actually cares. But I got up to speed on that. We're going to put down a monthly episode real soon for April.
Well, hey, man, we know they care. The fact that they're parting with shekels for us, it means a lot.
It does mean a lot.
It does mean a lot. You're the best, you know.
Hey, even if they're not, it's like, hey, I already heard it. I don't need to hear it. Fine, fair enough. I get you.
Yeah.
Buddy. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Appreciate you helping out.
You know, the fact that you give what you can,
Sure.
turn other people onto us, and if enough people give what we can, well, maybe this might turn into something one day.
I mean, if you want, print up flyers at home
Yeah.
and bring them to church on Sunday and hand them out and recommend us to those people, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't go to church again after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only $1 a month, and think about it this way: you can give it to us, or you can give it to that lady Sally Struthers and doing what she's doing.
I mean, you're only going to get it.
But for them, you got to pay like $20 a month.
Yeah. It's not the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
For us,
Can't let this happen.
Right.
for us, we can cover you.
Just $1 in a month.
We can cover you for the price of a cup of coffee, depending on where you buy a cup of coffee. If you're a Starbucks person, we can cover you for the price of a cup of coffee. We have a plan for you.
Yeah.
And if you really want to help us out and you pay the $30 a month, then you can put the coffee in the mug.
Yeah, and we actually
I'm not paying for fucking coffee in the mug.
and
I'm only kidding.
we actually use it for stuff like the new board that we got.
Hey,
You know,
not for nothing.
Yeah, not for nothing. And the bandwidth, that stuff costs money. We appreciate it. And
I mean, you don't get this kind of entertainment for free, kids.
Hey,
Somebody's paying.
the music department hasn't seen anything though.
That's true. That's true.
we're working up to it.
I mean, not in a while.
Hey, I work cheap. I buy my electric guitar strings for $1.50 online.
I got that in pennies. You can have it.
It's the bass strings I need help with.
That wasn't me. That was Wesley. All right. So, yeah. So,
Yeah.
big shout out to all those people. Thank you so much for doing that. Anybody else who comes in late, hey, man.
Yeah.
Love you. All right. So, check us out over there, patreon.com/wickedtheory. /Wicked Theory. Don't worry. They're just it's a bowling alley upstairs. It's not going to come through the ceiling. Not yet. That's the thing over the stairwell when you come in the house.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to fall.
You mean a giant slab of concrete that's being held up by a rusted out piece of steel?
If you want to call it holding. All right, Brother Bob, you, my friend, can take us out.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.